Being black in law enforcement means walking a line between duty and identity. It means serving the community while also striving for justice and understanding. This Black History Month, members of the Chesterfield County Sheriff's Office share their stories, not just as a deputy, but as a black person committed to making a difference. Because representation matters. Because trust matters. Because the future of law enforcement includes all of us.
I am Sergeant Gerard Thomas. I've been with the Sheriff's Office since February of 2010. I came to this career from a career as a postal worker. But when leaving the post office, I wanted to get into a career that I thought could make a difference, have a direct impact on people. And I found that here at the Sheriff's Office. I wanted to start a career that could make a difference or have an impact on others, and public service seemed like a good choice. And today I can say it was a good choice. As far as a role model, there was a Richmond City sheriff who was a friend of my aunt. When I was a preteen, he visited her, and I was impressed by his uniform and Trans Am. I associated those things with his career, and he was also a cool guy, so he was the first influence that I had to want to get into this field. I think there's adequate support. Specifically, the support I have received in our organization makes me think so. The first time I felt support was when I was encouraged to pursue supervision. It was a huge motivator and one of the primary factors in my decision to do it. It was the now Captain Fahey who told me I should go for it. And another support that I received was from the previous sheriff, Sheriff Prophet. I had been into a disciplinary situation. I was a little down in the dumps working in the pod, and lo and behold, I get a call from him in the pod just to check on me and see how I was doing. That impacted me greatly to see that the absolute top of our organization had a personal interest in how I was impacted. I would remind the youth that law enforcement is not bad, that there are people within law enforcement that make bad decisions. Unfortunately, this is true in any profession, but to think that law enforcement itself is just a bad institution, I would definitely try to drive the message home that it is not. It is just people who make bad decisions. The advice that I would give to another African-American person interested in law enforcement would be to just go for it. It can be a very satisfying and rewarding career if you approach it with sincerity and honesty, and hard work also. Put your head down, stay focused on what you have to do, and there's growth opportunities there for you. I can say that from experience. I reflect on Black history not just in the month of February, but when I look at various people that have made an impact and have positively, I guess I would say, reflected on the Black community. And as far as my work, I don't view it any differently with regard to Black history. Black history is history, not working history or personal history. To me, it is full of individuals that made a difference, made it possible for me to do things like this, possible for me to go places that I wouldn't have been able to go in the 60s. And it's something that's, I don't say every day I think about it, but I reflect on it, and I'm definitely grateful for people that have made the way easier for me. And I hope that I'm making the way easier for somebody else, just by my work ethic, not necessarily by me standing somewhere or doing any kind of demonstration or trying to project any change. I like to think that my daily living is a good reflection, and it makes people's impression of Black people favorable based on how I conduct and carry myself. And that's the way I like to change or enforce change, or not necessarily enforce, but affect change.